You are really not going to like what I'm about to say. As much as there's really great things about being a legal transcriptionist, actually the best, like the flexible work environment and the great pay and the work that I find extremely rewarding, there is a very steep learning curve that happens when you first start legal transcription. And there is a very high degree of accuracy that you need to be able to uphold if you are going to be a successful legal transcriptionist for the long term. So there's a few reasons for this. Number one, if I'm on the stand and somebody asks me a question and I say yes, then the legal transcriptionist types no, and that's not caught during proofreading or the court reporter just doesn't catch it, that's a big issue. That could even cause a mistrial in some instances. We need to uphold the best record that we possibly can. These are real cases. These are real people's lives. We can't make mistakes like that. Number two is the court reporters that are working in courtrooms around the country and nationwide, and in some of the courtrooms that we want to work in as legal transcriptionists, they have been dedicating literally decades of their lives to this craft. And they'll be damned if some legal transcriptionist who just wants to dip their feet into the industry or hasn't been properly trained is going to make a mess over all of their files and cause them more work and more stress. So the biggest thing about legal transcriptionists is, yes, you don't need a ton of experience or background in the field. You don't need a bunch of equipment, but there is one thing you do need, and that is passion and dedication. When I first started legal transcription, I was desperately looking for something that would get me out of the place I was in. I was making not enough money to support my life, especially now. There's no way I would have been able to live off that income, and I just didn't enjoy it. I couldn't see a future. So when I found legal transcription and I fell into it, I fell in love. I became very passionate. I worked at it harder than I've ever worked at anything in my life. So this content that I'm creating about legal transcription, I know is not for everybody, but it is for somebody. It is for somebody that was like me, somebody who really wanted their independence, who wanted their own autonomy to be able to dictate what they wanted to do with their career. That's the biggest difference between being paid for your skill and being paid for your time. When you're in a job and you're being paid for your time, either hourly or salary, that company is dictating what that position is worth. It has nothing to do with your skill set. When you have a skill set that you've grown, that people want or in demand, you can dictate what you charge. So I have a list of people that are waiting to work with me. I am so blessed to have that, to be able to say that I will never be quiet a day of my life in business, not anytime soon. But I had a very specific set of skills and a set of circumstances that made me right for this position. And I really feel that by sharing this information, I can find other people like that. If you are up for the challenge, visit my page. I share all kinds of stuff about legal transcription. And you can also hit me on Instagram. I can tell you how to get started. Thanks for watching.